Gonna make me pick that one up?
Forget it. To be honest, when I booted up God of War Ragnarök on Steam Deck earlier this week, I wasn't expecting much.
Atreus, where are you?
Yes, the original 2016 God of War remake on Steam Deck runs decent and is even verified, but I think we've all played God of War Ragnarök with its grand vistas, epic boss battles and just sheer detail. It's the difference between an early and late generation game. But take a look at this.
Gotta get away from her! I'm trying! Up there! What she? Look out!
Like I mentioned, my expectations were very modest. I actually didn't even expect this to run at all. So with low settings and FSR 3 unbalanced, I was surprised to say the least. I just kept expecting that other shoe to drop. When was that inevitable crash coming? But I played this way for a good hour and not only was there no crash, but even during battle the frame rate held up very well. Anywhere between 40 and 45 frames per second, which is frankly amazing. What's more is that due to my low expectations, I hadn't really been looking forward to replaying this game. I honestly figured this wasn't going to be running properly. But man, this game is still as amazing as it ever was. From epic moments like getting chased by Freya and battling Thor, with nary a frame dropped I should say, heartfelt moments between Kratos and Atreus, to the funny lines of Mimir, your headless companion. Sony has done such an amazing job crafting a deep and epic story. I mean, it sits on a 94 at Metacritic for a reason. Anyway, after playing on low settings for a while, my optimism surged and it was time to boost that graphical fidelity. Playing with the FSR settings really didn't give me much. Ultra performance doesn't look great, but it does give you a few extra frames if you want them. But between performance, balance and quality, to my eye there wasn't much difference, so I just left it on quality. Kicking up the settings a notch was however very noticeable. Clearly it looks way better overall with a much sharper image and nicer lighting and shadows. But it was also very noticeable in performance. We go from 40 to 45 to maybe 27 to 36 frames per second. Having said that, it feels very smooth and there are no hiccups or hitches. This game is very well optimized. Even in battle, and granted I've only played for maybe 3 hours, but even here performance on medium with FSR quality holds up very well. And before we move on to some other settings, can we just admire the amazing set piece battle Sony has crafted here between Thor and Kratos? This game is so well done. Time to kick the graphics up all the way. Here are the high and ultra settings, which clearly isn't the way to play on the Steam Deck, although I have to say, even very high wasn't unplayable. Yes, the frame rate is down the drink, but again it's not hitchy or stuttery. Here I also tried frame generation, FSR 3's latest innovation, and I've heard people rave about it, but I just don't like it. Yes, on very high we probably get a frame rate that looks acceptable, but it just doesn't feel smooth. Game stutters and hiccups, plus the latency, as can be expected, is horrendous. Maybe there are better games to try this with, but this is definitely not it. But man, I'm impressed by how well this all runs on the Steam Deck. However, there is of course one hiccup. Since this is PlayStation, you need a PSN account. Yes, it's annoying and it actually took me like 15 minutes to get signed in on the Steam Deck. For some reason it just wouldn't accept my username, but after messing around for a while I got it signed in and was even able to play it after turning the Steam Deck off and back on. But there's of course one big caveat. You have to be in one of the countries that has PSN available. And that's it, a quick performance review about God of War Ragnarök. Check out here for my Steam Deck review on Dead Rising, another great action game, and I hope to see you in the next one.